All right, happy Monday. Before I hit record, I already explained this. I sound like a moose. My life is not put together per usual, Lynn's. It's fine. But I am super excited to talk about tonight's topic. Don't mind my moose voice. I am going to try my best to get it out. But I just got this voice back today. The last 2 days have been like a 12-year-old going through puberty, like cracking, high pitched. It's been real cute in here. I'm lucky I'm already married. And I am super excited to talk about tonight. And I have been trying to save my voice to talk tonight. So one, it's month end. Congratulations to everybody that have earned life-changing bonuses this month already. It's only the 29th and we have 2 more days left. And let me just tell you right now, if I just said that and you either rolled your eyes or you were like, yeah, lucky them, or you were like, I wish, right? There are 2 more days left. Y'all, so much can fucking happen in 2 days. And I'm sorry if there's littles on here, but so much can happen. The month I went 80K, my last day, my team brought in close to 20K in a day. Like, do not tell me that things cannot happen. Do not tell me that you can't hit 4K. Do not tell me that you are at 8K and you can't reach 12K. I have seen miracles happen. So as we're starting this, let's go ahead and drop those I ams. Let's go ahead and speak out what we are running for. There's 2 days left in this month, but more than that, there's a whole other month of bonuses available starting on, when's the first? On Thursday is the first. So if you give up today, it's going to be a hell of a lot harder on the first to restart. If you give up today and you say, I can't do it this month, or next month is my month. Well, next month starts now. Yes, the first is on Thursday, but your momentum for next month starts right fucking now. So let's go, guys, because we have 1 more month and I don't want you to, and if I can come on here sounding like a moose, and I would say not put together and no bra and my hair unbrushed, but that's like every Monday, so I don't want to lie to y'all. So if I can run this multi-million-dollar business, hot mess express as I am, minus the hot, so mess express over here, like, y'all can do this. And I have so much faith in y'all, and I know that you can do it. The fact that's stopping you, what we're going to talk about tonight, is fear. And I know she's already over there sweating, so it's fine. Fun fact, whenever I get on a Zoom, and so many of my leaders get on a Zoom, we end this like drenched. So if you have ever been afraid, and this has to do with fear, if you have ever been afraid of hosting a Zoom, of going on a live, of talking in your stories, y'all, I hate talking in front of people. And every Monday I am on here in front of over 100 people chatting away, making a damn fool of myself. It was a fear of mine. I still sweat. I wear a tank top every single time, or a short sleeve, because y'all, I like end here and I need to go shower because I get so like, it's a mess over here. Okay. So if you have those fears, I want you to know it doesn't matter what rank you are or what mindset you're at or whatever it is, it's normal. Because no matter what rank you're at or what mindset you're at, you're still human. And the biggest thing with fears is we tend to think that when we're doing something different, or we are at a better place, I've heard before, or if I could just earn this bonus, then my fears would go away. No. I'm just going to say it. That's not how it works. Everybody has, and I'm going to pull Christina Tammy on here to talk. I promise y'all aren't going to have to listen to my voice all night long. But everybody has what I call a fear wall. And what it's full of, a fear wall, what it's full of are bricks. Each brick is a fear and a limiting belief. And the reason I separate them is because for the longest time, and I know I talked about this the other day, is the longest time I thought limiting beliefs and fears were the same thing. Like I didn't understand that they were two different things. I thought that they were the same thing. I thought that if it was a fear, it was a limiting belief. Until I really learned that limiting beliefs are my inner voice telling me that I can't do something, a fear of judgment or stuff like that, is when I learned that my fear of success was different than my limiting beliefs. And for me, success was a fear. I was petrified of success that I self-sabotaged. How many people here have ever self-sabotaged, whether it be in friendships, relationships, work, this business, whatever it may be? Because I witness it every single day from people self-sabotaging. When a bonus rolls out and you say, "Ooh, I can't do that," or "Wow, that's going to be really hard." Sorry, y'all. Or maybe you see somebody else earn a bonus and you're like, "Well, she did it. I can't do that." Y'all, why? That is self-sabotage. Those are limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs go hand in hand with self-sabotage. So let's talk about our fear wall for a second. And tonight or some other time tomorrow, I want you to literally take a piece of paper and write out your fears. We've already written out our limiting beliefs, and we know that we squash those with our I ams, right? If you're new here, I ams are going to be your best friend. Hey, hi, hello. Nice to meet you. We'll start every Monday with it. If you're in my downline and you're in my chat, you see the I ams as part of our IPAs every single morning. But your fear wall is each brick is a fear. And I want you to write them down. And the reason I need you to write down your fears, and I'm talking all fears, is because a lot of times you guys aren't going to realize what that fear is that's holding you back. You're not going to realize that that fear that's in front of you on a piece of paper is what's stopping you from running for that bonus, or what's stopping you from having that conversation with a potential, or what's stopping you from posting on your story, or what's stopping you for whatever it may be. Each and every one of those fears is stopping you from something. And the way that you overcome fears is by doing just the thing that you're fearful of. So say that your fear is going live. Well, then guess what? You're going to go live. You know why? Because the second you go live, you're going to be able to chip away at that brick on your fear wall. The more you do it, the more you chip away at that brick, the more that brick is gone. And before you know it, you don't have a fear wall anymore. When I talk about here arriving before anywhere else, this is what I mean. You have to do the inner work. Sorry, y'all, I'm straining to talk here. I apologize. You have to do the inner work. You have to do the steps that you need. We have a 3-step system that is great for our life. We'll just call it what it is, right? But what are you doing for steps for in here? Because you can go get a pedicure, you can do your hair, you can go to the gym, you can do X, Y, and Z, you can take vitamins, you can do whatever it is. But if you aren't taking care of this is what's going to stop you. This is what's going to stop you. There's no amount of luck or blessings or prayers or anything like that that will make it so all of your fears go away. And I don't mean to offend anybody, because I pray over all of y'all. I pray over many things. I'm not an overly religious person, and whoever and whatever you believe in, I believe in for you. So I don't want to offend anybody when I say that, but I can tell you right now that I have never been able to pray away my fears. I've been able to pray for the confidence. I've been able to pray for the inner peace. I've been able to pray for my eye opening, but I've had to physically do it, right? That is what I mean by I need you to to write down what you're afraid of and start chipping away at it. So I'm going to pull on Christina Tammy, because her and I had a really good fear talk the other day, and she has really started to incorporate these things. And I will love for you guys to hear her perspective on it, because she is queen of self-sabotage. I'm just gonna call it what it is. She will self-sabotage her way out of anything until I tell her, honey, we're not doing that here. We're not doing that today. Okay. We are not doing that. So let me unmute you, or I think you have to unmute yourself.
Hi. So, yep, that is the truth. I am the queen of self-sabotage, and I have been self-sabotaging myself these last couple of months. So I had a really good talk with Linz, and I'm going to be vulnerable and real with you guys, because I feel like sometimes you need to know that what you're going through is so like common, but to reach out and to do the things that you need to do to like get past them. So like I went to Lynn's, like obviously she had already known, because she knows me. Like she was saying stuff on our one-on-one, and I was like, are you with me in my house to know my fears? Because I never said that to you. Like y'all, she even told me, she's like, you need to go outside and go for a walk. Like she knew that I was fearing even doing things like that with my MS, looking around like I swear she was here. So a little bit of my backstory. So you guys, I'm Christina Tammy, and if you guys don't know me, I was diagnosed with MS like a little over 2 years ago. It was like a 1 year of me trying to get there, of getting the and I got my diagnosis of MS, and then we all know obviously 2020 right happened, and I found myself like self-sabotaging constantly. I found myself building such a fear, like a big brick, solid brick fear wall, that I was literally just burying myself under. And I was constantly, instead of taking bricks away, I was putting more bricks to it. And that was something that I was starting to just like realize with myself. And one day I looked in the mirror and I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this anymore. I don't like the person I'm becoming. I don't like the fears that I'm having. And I'm not just talking business, like Lindsay said to you, like sometimes your own personal fears, like personal fears that have nothing to do with your business, are going to sabotage your business, are going to play a big role in your business that you don't even realize. And I finally got to that point a few weeks ago where I realized my personal fears that weren't even business fears were holding me back in my business. And I was like, okay, that stops now. I'm not going to waste any more of 2021 doing the things that I did and the fear, and continue to build this fear wall, as Lindsay said to me. So when she told me to get a piece of paper, and I really suggest you guys doing this, don't just like write it down, really do it. We got off of our one-on-one and I did it. I have it right here with me. And I wrote down everything that I feared personally. Y'all, like, even if it seems so simple, like I was telling her some of my fears that to her maybe would seem so simple, but to me were so scary. And I wrote all of them down, and I wrote all of my business fears down. Like, I mean, whatever you have fear-wise, like I think one of mine was, for an example, like going live and just rambling so much, because I like to just talk, and sometimes I can catch myself rambling. So even though I feel confident on lives and all of that, I didn't realize that, like, until I started writing it down, I was like, oh my gosh, like I do worry that I'm going to ramble. So I don't go as live as much as I probably should. So writing down all of my fears when it came to business and when it came to personal, and she told me to rate them 1 to 5. 1 being like, I'm just fearful of this, like a little bit, and 5 being like, I'm going to die if I do that. Like legit, don't make me do that. So I wrote down my 1 through 5 on all of them. And I started to take away those ones, all those little bricks. I started to face those fears, whether it be personal or whether it be business. And I started to take away the power that they had over me. And can I tell you guys, when you start doing that and you start taking away that fear wall, how much more you start putting those bricks of belief, because you are now giving yourself so much power over those fears. And until she had me write them down and actually rate them, to me, everything was just a jumbled mess of fear up in my head. And when I started to write some of them down, I was like, you fear that? What are you even fearing that for? Like, this is just so crazy. So I really want you guys to do that. If you have fears of the bonuses, why do you fear those bonuses? you fear what me bring leadership? Will it bring, I feared that getting these bonuses, that I wasn't going to break with me because I had blessed abundantly in other times of my life and not made the best choices with the money. So I didn't even realize that I was fearing these big bonuses off of past things. I already had brick walls going everywhere, and I didn't even realize it till I started writing it down. And I realized, well, I'm not that person anymore. I'm not the same person that made the mistakes of getting herself here, there, whatever. Like, I'm paying off debt now. Like, I am doing so many different things. I'm giving back in huge ways. So if I earn that bonus, like, this is what I'm going to do with it. And I started to also combat those thoughts with like, and prove them wrong. So like any of those like fearful thoughts that I had, I started to prove them wrong. And the minute I did that, I took back the power that fear or that disbelief or that limiting belief or whatever it is, I took back the power that it had and I gave it back to myself. And I cannot tell you, I told Lindsay, I was like, Lindsay, this has been so freeing for me. Like, I have chills in my hair. I have something I'm going through personally with some other things. And I started working with someone one-on-one to help me get over that fear and work through some things. And I started taking the steps I needed to. I looked at my fears and I realized, where can I do personal development? What can I do out of these fears? Where do I need to grow? A lot of mine was thinking. A lot of mine were my thoughts. So guess what I did? I started buying books that have to do with my thoughts and thought process and how to change my thoughts for the right way. And if you are biblical or something like that, that's one of the books I did. I did more God-based. You can find any type of book on thinking, right? I also realized my money things that I had. So guess what I got? I got a book about money and how to get through that with money. I started looking up Bible verses that would combat these, that were what I needed personally. But if I didn't write them down, they're all up here and you don't realize how much toll they have on you. But the minute I put them on paper and I started just to be like, nope, I'm taking that brick back. I'm taking that brick back. I'm taking that brick back. The more I am now building, I am making that wall just crumble. And I am doing things, y'all, that I called my dad called me yesterday and he was at I don't know what we were talking about. And he's like, oh my God, you did that? Wow, you're over here doing this. It's like, I'm like, yeah, I did this and I did that. And like, my parents are all proud of me for just like different things that I'm doing. And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing that. Like, it's like, now I'm like, oh yeah, that's no big deal, but before I was crippled by it. I couldn't move. I was underwater. When I had that one-on-one with Lindsay, I was literally like, I'm paralyzed right now. I don't even know how to function because my fears have me so trapped. And that's not the person I want to be. Right? I think that sometimes we can get so in our head with our fears and we just think that they have that much power because they do, because our logic side goes away. We only think with that fear emotion and it can be strong. So you need to take back the power. So what I do, and Lindsay suggested, is I have affirmations every single morning that I say the same affirmations every single morning that combat my fears. They combat my personal fears and they combat my business fears. Every single morning, my I ams, I don't touch my phone. I wrote it on a note card. I have whatever 3x5s or whatever note card. I read the same affirmations every single day. I say them out loud. And on the back, for me personally, have Bible verses that I read over all of those fears every single day. And I have been doing that since her and I talked. And let me tell you what power I start my morning with, because now I'm going into everything in control. I feel like I am in control. I am telling you fears where you get to sit. You don't get to tell me where I sit. And I cannot explain to you guys, when you do that, when you actually write down all your fears, when you number them 1 through 5, some of them you're going to be like, wow, like this is like actually, like, why am I fearing that? Like, I wrote some of them down, like I said, and I'm probably repeating myself. And I was just like, Christina, do you really think that? And then I was like, but why? And I got to the root of it. And after like actually digging and getting into it and really getting to the root of it, I was like, pitch that one. I don't even need that because that's gone. I'm over that. But there are some on here where like, there are some that have some 5s over here that I'm like, okay, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. And guess what? I'm actually craving it. I'm craving going after these fears. I am craving taking them down one by one because I'm just becoming such a better version of myself. I'm showing up different and I'm feeling so empowered. And let me tell you guys, there's just something about this fear list that she made me do. Make your affirmations be the new beliefs. You have to change your mind, right? Like that is a huge thing. We have to change our thoughts. So if your thoughts are constantly telling you your fears, your I ams, your whatever statements, what you're telling yourself, those need to be what you believe. And you need to keep saying them to yourself and saying them to yourself and saying them to yourself. And I found myself in this moment when I was going through these fears. Guess what I wasn't doing? I wasn't doing my I ams the same way I was months before. I wasn't doing my affirmations the same I was once before because I was so consumed. I was believing that I was those fears and I didn't know how to take back the power. So Lindsay really broke it down and was like, we got to take that fear wall. We got to take that fear wall and we got to make it crumble. And she said something to me too in a text, and I'm not going to quote it because I don't know exactly what the words were, but this is basically the context. And she said, you will either become your fear or overcome your fear. And I just have chills now saying that because I was like, I'm not becoming my fears. What do you mean I'm going to become my fear? I'm not becoming my fears. I'm going to overcome my fears. And another thing I want you to do, and this is what I did as well, I wrote down the person I want to be. Who do you want to be? I wrote down who I wanted to be, from who I wanted to be as a future mom. I don't have kids yet, but the kind of mom I want to be, the kind of friend I want to be, the traveling I want to do with my spouse, the giving I want to give. I wrote down if I could give Christina to life, if I could just create her right now, who do I want to be? And when I wrote that down and I looked at those fears, I was like, I'm never going to become this person if I keep living on this piece of paper with my fears. And I want this person way more than I want that fearful person. So I want you to do that. I want you to write down, who do you want to be, right? Who do you want to be in all areas of your life? All areas. And when I created this person, I was like, I got to go after these fears even more because I want her so bad. I want that person so bad that it gave me so much more fire to go after those fears too, because I wrote down who I wanted to be, who you want to be as a leader, who you want to be. I mean, get specific, y'all. Write down who you want to be and start to chase that. Every day, try to become that person, right? I'm not going to become the exact Christina that I put right now, but in 10 years, I'm going to be her. I read in a book, the thoughts that we have today is how our life will be in 10 years. How are your thoughts today? Because my thoughts a couple weeks ago were terrible. And if that's who I was going to become in 10 years, well, thank goodness Lindsay slapped me on that one-on-one, right? Because I don't want to be that person in 10 years from now. So I want you to ask yourself, what are your thoughts today? Because that's who you're going to be in 5 years, in 10 years. And we have the power to change that. You want that millionaire mindset? Make that millionaire mindset now, because in 5 to 10 years, you're going to be that millionaire. You're going to be that 200K. You're going to be whatever that is that you want, but it starts here and then it'll come. And when I read that and I thought, 10 years? 10 years seems like nothing at the end of the day, y'all. Like, time flies. I don't know about you guys, but time flies. And so when I thought to myself, well, in 10 years, I'm going to probably have like an 8-year-old, God willing that I can have children soon, maybe 9, 10, who knows? I'm going to have like this and I'm going to do that. And I'm thinking, if I'm like who I am now and the thoughts that I have and the habits that I'm creating, nope, that's not going to serve me in 10 years. But you don't realize it, right? We just think of in the moment right now, those thoughts, how they're affecting you today. You don't realize what it's going to do later. And when that was actually scientifically proven and he put that out in that book, that's why I'm telling you guys, books are so powerful, podcasts, whatever it is so powerful. Because if I would have never read that, I would have never thought like that. I would have never thought my 10-year person, right? I never would have thought about that. So I want you to think about your your thoughts today and start changing them, because your 5-year version of you, the 5-year Christina, the 10-year Christina, she's going to be thankful that she changed her thoughts today. So write down those fears, you guys. Write them down, bring them to life on paper so that you can take them down. Because up here, they hold so much power. When you put them on paper and start marking them off, they won't have the same power over you. I promise you. Why? Because I've been doing it and I know that this works. And I know Lindsay probably can see a different version of Christina that she met with 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, to the Christina that I am today. You can even ask my husband. He's noticed a difference in me. I mean, my dang dad got excited over what I'm actually doing, right? So it is just proven that it works when you start to take those fears and you really start to take them down. So make sure you write your affirmations. Have the same ones. If you need the same ones every single morning that you tell yourself and speak over you, do that. That's what I have. I have a note card for this season. Is it going to be the same note card in a month or two from now? No, it might not. It might change, right? We all go through seasons. We all go through things. But right now in this season, those affirmations are helping me to overcome what I need to overcome. So having those affirmations, combating it in your morning. So hold on, I'm just reading my notes because I want to make sure that I get all of my notes that I have from when I had my one-on-one with you, Linz, to today. I'm working off 3 papers, you guys. So you guys know I'm the notebook queen. This is why I got 3 papers going here. Okay. One thing that I did want to say too, y'all, is that, this was from another book, right? So The Power of Books. And it says, the past only has power over you that you give it. What past things in your life are you giving power to? I was giving so many past failures, so many past scared things that happened to me, so much power over my today. And that is not okay. They are in the past for a reason. They are in the past so I can learn and I can become better. But guess what I was doing? I was bringing them with me into my future and letting them hold that power. They don't have that power over me unless I decide. And I, for a long time, decided that they were allowed to have power. And I told them they got to sit back down because they are not having any power here in my today. So again, you guys, really do the work on this. I know that it seems crazy. And you may think like, this is just like, somebody might think like, oh, well, I'm going to say them in your head or whatever. Write them down. Give them a 1 to 5. Start tackling and taking that brick down. You need to build your brick wall, right? You need to build your fear wall by writing all of this stuff down. And then you need to take that bitch down one by one. Y'all, I know I don't normally swear, but there was no other word that I could put in there for B. You really couldn't. You had to have that powerful word there, okay? So, and it's time for it to crumble, right? And only you can do that. Only I could do that. And I'm telling you, the minute you start to do it, you will just see yourself transform and you will never want to go back. So I think I hit all of this stuff, Linz. Let me know if I didn't, but.
No, as always, you are amazing. And I seriously love that. And I want to talk about energy real quick. Because it can have so many meanings, but energy is in everything that we do. And something that Christina said about the past, I didn't write it down, but if you are always thinking in the past, if you're always living in the past, that's what you are telling yourself. That's what you're doing. So often, and I'm sorry if I'm like lower, I've hit the like level of voice that is like -2. So bear with me. I promise the passion is here, just the voice is not. So I want to talk about that energy though, and I'm going to call it what it is, the excuses. And excuses have energy to them. Probably not the kind of energy that you like or that you are realizing, just the same as fear has energy, just like not the kind of energy you like and not the kind of energy that you want to bring forward, but it's the kind of energy that you have to work through. And I say energy because to me, my anxiety is, I call energy to myself because I'm like, I am buzzing up here. Okay, y'all, like the energy is like 37 out of like 2. So we're up there. And for me, when I have excuses, I've heard so many, and I don't want to say that they are excuses because well, let me take that back. I don't want to say that they're excuses that do not have heart and meaning behind them, because they do. And I'm never disvaluing or what, y'all know words are hard and I never know the right word, but it's fine. Y'all know my heart. I'm never saying that your fear or that your excuse does not have value behind it. I'm just saying it's not the value that you want to bring. Okay. I am not saying that you, like, I hear all the time, the main excuses I hear are my upline left. Baby girl, if you're on here right now, hey, hi, hello, your upline is here. Nice to meet you. You know how many people I've adopted in my downline? I don't give 2 shits if you are 37 levels down from me. If all 35, I don't know, math. If all of the ones in between you and me leave, hi. If you, or another one is, I don't like my upline. I don't do this. Y'all, another thing, drama does not build businesses. You don't have to like your upline. You don't have to like me. Guess what? There are a plethora of people to learn from in this industry. Find somebody you like. It is what it is, right? So if you don't have an upline, yes, you do. Hi, nice to meet you. I don't always sound like a moose. Maybe I do, but you know. Another one, drama does not build a business. Another thing is, I failed before. Who hasn't? Who hasn't? If you are bringing that type of energy to your morning, to your business, to your life, why? That's in the past. Your upline left, that was their decision, not yours. What are you deciding? You don't like your upline because there's drama? Great. That could be yesterday's drama. What are you deciding today? You failed? Great. That was yesterday. What are you doing today? Because we have all failed at something. I wake up every single day, and y'all know I've said this multiple times. I wake up every single day and know I'm going to fail at least 5 things, at least minimum, because I'm human. We're not aiming for perfection here. That's not what Limitless is about. We're not about perfection. We're not about cookie cutter, one size fits all. Like, we are a plethora of all sorts of goodness up in here, okay? And not a single one of us is perfect, but not a single one of us is called to be perfect. We're called to be ourselves. And that's exactly what I want you to be and who I want you to be. I fail daily, whether it be in my relationship, as a leader. Y'all, I fail as a leader hard, many, many days. I am far from perfect. More levels, more devils, and do I feel them on the daily? Okay? I fail as a mom multiple times. I have mom guilt all day, every day. Y'all, I was working while I was in labor. I was in the hospital doing a work with me just after giving birth. Like, talk about mom guilt. I'm like, hi, welcome to the world. Okay, and IPAs. Like, y'all, it is what it is. You do what you gotta do. If you're a mom, you understand and you get it. But the thing of it is, we all have things that we aren't necessarily excited about from our past. Are you going to continue to give energy to that? Or are you going to decide, my vision, my tomorrow, that is where my energy is worth? If you can't write down your fears and look at them and realize that that is taking your energy, or write down your excuses and look at those and realize that that's taking your energy, or look at your limiting beliefs and look at those and realize that that's taking your energy, y'all, it's not that you don't have enough time in the day. It's that you're putting your energy towards things that aren't useful for you today, tomorrow, and the next day. Okay? You are sitting here telling yourself, either you just earned, because y'all, my downline alone is already over 100K in bonuses earned this month, bringing us close to almost $400,000 in bonuses earned in the last 3 months, and the month isn't even over. We are nowhere near done. So if you've earned a bonus and you're sitting back like, I earned a bonus, Okay, but like the only person on our tribe who has earned the highest bonus that they can is Brittany Hernandez. And I'm going to tell you right now, she can still probably running for the 200 on her other one. Like, okay, you earned a bonus in January. What are you stopping for? And you might not be here for a bonus. So let's even bring it towards some other goals. You were thriving for free last month. You got to thrive for free this month. You're thriving for free next month. Great. But here's my question. Are you going to be thriving for free for the next 3 months? Because you can secure that this month. Get those people on auto ship. Secure that. Are you thriving for y'all, tongue twister. Wow. Thriving for free through the end of the year? No? Why not? Get those people on auto ship. Secure that. I don't care what your goal is. I'm here for it. I am queen of, I will never tell you what your goal is. If you are not here to build a massive team, I'm not here for that for you. If you are here to build a team, if you're here to do whatever it is you want to do, I'm here for that for you. I don't ever want anybody to think that who they enrolled with leaving, or they don't like them, or they don't like this chat, or they don't like a team page, or y'all, I've heard everything under the sun, like under the sun. Hey, whatever it is that you feel, unless I'm your enroller, because let's face it, like, you don't have any of those issues, but it's fine. We're not all blessed like me. Hi. No, just kidding. But for real, you don't have any reason to not show up for you, to not show up for your business. Do not allow energy from the past or energy that is from other people to become your energy. Money is energy. Interactions is energy. What you're putting on your stories is energy. Your posts is energy. Consistency is energy. Y'all, everything that you do is exchanging energy. What are you doing with yours? How are you showing up today? If you had to hire people based on what you did for your business in the last week, how many of you would hire yourself based on what you did for your business in the last week? How many? Be honest with yourself. Would you hire you, or would you have a managerial meeting, or whatever they're called? An HR meeting? Would you be like sitting down, sending out those little letters? I don't know. I got a ton of them. I'm unemployable. It's fine. It's a good thing I work for myself, you know? But you really, really have to ask yourself and call yourself out. Are you worried because of what other people are going to say? Because I'm going to tell you right now, we have 1 more month. Shoot, we have this month left. There are 2 more days. You know how much can happen in a couple hours? We still have some time today, y'all. Like, there's so much stuff that can happen. If you look at somebody and what they're doing, and you say, wow, they're so lucky, or, oh, I wish. Don't wish, do. They're not lucky, they're doing. Nothing here is given on a silver platter. This industry is meant for everyday Joes. Hi. This industry is meant for people, and I'll speak for myself. This industry saved me. I was so broken. This industry showed me I didn't have to have a trust fund or like an upbringing where it was unicorn and rainbows. But it did show me that I can create what I want. And more than that, it showed me every single day that I can help others create what they want. So ask yourself, what are you creating? Why are you here? Assign your goals to reasons. Learn what your fears are, because you can either allow your fears to become you, or you can overcome those fears. And it's actually literally what I said to Christina. She got it right on the nail on that one without even quoting me. But for real, you can either allow your excuses to become your business, or you can overcome those excuses and become pretty damn successful. Because this isn't about being self-made, y'all. We're tribe-made. And I'll scream that till the day I die. There's not a single thing that I do that made me self-made. I am tribe-made. You are too. Stop holding yourself back. Stop telling yourself that you aren't meant to do something or that you've done something, so that's it. I had this talk with Rochelle. She earned $52,000 in bonuses. And then she was like, oh, this is nice. And I was like, girlfriend, there are months left. You could earn an 80 and a 40. Shit, you could earn a 200. What are you doing sitting there? And she was like, I didn't even think about that. And I'm like, it's possible. Don't allow yourself to get comfortable in dreaming small. Paint that big ass vision, y'all. When I was over $100,000 in debt, scared out of my mind at 23 years old, no idea what I was going to do, no idea how I hated what I was doing. I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment with my Great Dane, and I knew things had to change. I was like, if I keep going like this, I won't be able to own a home. I won't be able to be debt free or have children on a debt free and do all the things that I wanted to do for myself. And owning a home, if you're new and you haven't been here for the 3 years, owning a home was the biggest thing that I ever wanted, because I knew it was something, if I owned it, that no one could take away from me. Y'all, I grew up and I have a rough upbringing. My mom is a savior. My mom is an angel, and she is my saving grace. But we had it rough. I was raised by a single mom. We lost our home. My mom had to go through bankruptcy. We didn't have, she gave me everything I never needed for anything or wanted, and I didn't know a dang thing. But I'm going to tell you right now that the biggest want I ever wanted when I joined this industry was a home of my own that nobody could take away from me. And because of this industry, in the matter of 2 years, I bought 3 homes that nobody could take away from me. Y'all, go out there and take your fears and paint your vision. Because those fears and your vision, they don't go hand in hand. Those fears and that vision, they aren't going to get you in the same direction. You can either go with your fears or you can go with your vision. And when I talk about my vision, y'all, I've sat on my couch today and they probably thought I was a freaking creeper, but I watched the workers finish our pavers in our backyard, because each one of those pavers I dreamed about. I sat there and I was like, they're beautiful. Y'all, they're concrete. And I was like, I was watching and I'm like this, just looking at them lay these pavers and put the tile on our pool. And I'm just like, it's beautiful. Y'all, it's the little details of your vision that will squash those fears. Because I can tell you right now, if you don't have those details in your vision of what you want a year and 5 years and 10 years and 15 and 20 years to look like, it's not deep enough. Why are you doing this? Not just today, but tomorrow. You failed last time? Great. You stopped and came back? Great. Y'all, there is no expiration date on success in this industry. There's no age limit on success in this industry. The only person who puts expectations of, oh, I stopped and now I'm coming back and, is you. You stop and you come back and you're in my inbox. I'm like, let's run. Brandy just earned a $12,000 bonus in my downline. And when she first started, she left and she did nothing. She came back and she's like, I know I ghosted you, but I'm ready. January, she came back, and this month she earned a $12,000 bonus. I don't care if you failed. That's the past. You're living for today, tomorrow, 10 years, 20. And if you're so stuck on what you used to do, if you're so stuck on what somebody else did, if you're so stuck on those fears, then your vision is not going to come forward. And every single one of you guys is so worth having that moment of looking at pavers and thinking that you've never seen something as beautiful as concrete. Like, you all deserve that. And know that at the end of the day, you are not alone. Everybody has fears. Y'all, I don't care what level of an industry you're in, you're going to have fears. I'm not saying to wash them all away, but what I am saying is own them. Know what they are so they don't own you. Write them down. I brain dump When I have my worst anxiety moments, I take a notebook and I brain dump everything that my brain is telling me. Why? Because in here, it becomes overwhelming. On paper, and you look at it, you're able to see it for what it is. I'm not saying they're going to go away and you're never going to have fears, or going live is ever going to become easy, because 3 years later and I still hate going live. But what I am saying is it's going to become worth it. It's no longer a fear, and it now becomes, this is worth it. My business is worth it. My vision is worth it. My dreams are worth it. My tribe is worth it. It becomes worth it. Turn your fears from fear to something that's worth it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, every single one of you guys is worth it, because I'm not self-made. I'm tribe made. I don't know about y'all, but every single one of y'all, we are tribe made, not self-made. And that's why I hate when people are like, I'm self-made. And I'm like, no, you're not. You are tribe made. And that's what makes it that much more special. Okay. So I'm going to save you all the rest of my moose voice. And I hope that you guys end this month so strong. There are amazing bonuses up for grabs, not only just for this month and next month, but y'all, what you do this month, say that you don't crush one of these bonuses while they're out here. Guess what? The next time that they launch them, you will, because you worked for them this time. It's not always about what's available today. It's about what's available in a year from now. Last year, they launched no rank advancement bonuses, and everyone was like, you think they're going to launch bonuses? And I was like, y'all, I don't know. I hope so. But those who stayed to wait and fought for it and worked as if they were launching them, they're earning them right now. So run your hearts out, light that fire, and then don't lose the fire just because bonus season ends. We have a whole nother month. How you end a month is how you're going to start a month, right? How you end bonus season is how you're going to start your business season of residual income. I want all of y'all running, because you guys are all worth it. Your vision is so much more worth than any fear of telling you that you can't do something. Okay. So hope that you guys have a good rest of your night. I love y'all. And I can't wait to celebrate so many more people winning. Bye.